Hello guys, this is Lovejeet. Welcome to my show Hot Seat. Today we are introducing one of the politicians from Lynn. His name is Paulo Garcia, as you all know. And today we're going to talk about him, his life and his politics life. I'm really glad that we're going to catch up with him today and talk about his life. Hello everyone, welcome to my show Hot Seat. Today's guest is someone who believes in people and discipline. He's a father, a husband, a lawyer and member of parliament, Paulo Garcia. Thank you so much, sir, for having me here.
Good morning, Lovejeet. Thank you for your interest to interview me. And I like that you introduced me as a father, husband, and lawyer and member of parliament. I like that order.
I really appreciate that, sir, because my first thing was in my mind to bring you on podcast as number one, because I'm also living in New Lane and I wanted to show people as well what you do for people, and I want to highlight that.
Okay.
Let's
Fantastic.
start with your personal life, sir. In a busy political life, sir, what keeps you grounded? Like, what motivates you most in your political life?
So I've been living in New Zealand this is the 21st year.
Nice.
From when my family and I migrated to New Zealand. And over these past years, I have seen how New Zealand has gone up and trended down and trended up. And when the opportunity came for me to be involved in politics, I thought that I wanted to grab that opportunity, be involved,
yes,
and put myself into whatever work that was needing to be done so that I could see a continuous trend up. Yeah. This is really for my family, for my daughters, so that they would live good lives in this country of New Zealand, and also for many other families. I think New Zealand is an amazing place to raise a family, except that we do want it to be a more prosperous country that is able to afford the services that we need and want as citizens of New Zealand.
So it's really a personal question, but I wanted to ask you, when you came to New Zealand as an immigrant, like we all do, so what sort of challenges you face at the start?
Wow. Well, like everybody, we start from scratch.
Yes.
So we start from the beginning. I was 39 years old when I moved to New Zealand.
Yes, sir.
And then in that first year turned 40. And I've been a lawyer in the Philippines, where I'm originally from, for 10 years. And you have to start again. So I studied the study pathway.
Yes.
I got admitted as a barrister and solicitor in New Zealand, and did the bar exam in New Zealand.
Yes.
Because you need to pass a bar exam if you're an overseas trained lawyer.
Yes.
And I did that, and I was employed in a law firm from the very bottom.
From the very bottom.
Yes. So you start again.
So what sort of differences you see in being a lawyer here and being a lawyer in Philippines, and what sort of
a lot. I really love the New Zealand legal system. It's simple. It is it demands of solicitors to understand the law and to apply it and implement it. The big difference between the Philippines and that is that lawyers like me in the Philippines would write in a very complex and structured manner, lots of words. In New Zealand, less words, the better.
Yes.
Straight to the point, simple. I like that in the legal system.
So it's and other thing, sir, as a member of parliament, now you're a member of parliament from New Lane, which is like very, very great, So I wanted to know, like, what sort of things you notice in legal system now, when I know national government is also doing a lot of things to improve legal system. What you see in a deep way now as a member of parliament needs to be improved in legal system?
The time that I've had in parliament has been very educational for me.
Yeah.
Because now I see the full end-to-end process of lawmaking.
Yes.
When I used to just implement it as a lawyer, right?
Yes.
So the lawmaking aspect is a very procedure-based process. and then you have members of parliament thinking of what is best for the country,
Yes.
and making laws that will support the policies that they have.
Yes.
So, for example, in terms of making New Zealand a safer place, so with law and in terms of crime and in
Yes.
terms of making sure that crime is at the very bottom of its strength,
Yes.
at the very, to make it very, crime to be very weak. We have to make laws that address crime and make people who commit crime accountable. So the laws have to be passed through Parliament.
Yes.
And there's a process.
Yeah.
The law, the bills that members of Parliament think of are put into a what you call a biscuit tin.
Yes.
So this biscuit tin is contains all of the laws that the members of Parliament want to propose.
Okay.
Yes, and that tin, there is a picking up of. There's a sort of like a raffle. You will get picking out of the tin, so that that bill can go into the process of first reading,
Yeah.
the select committee stage, and then second reading and third reading and passage. So yeah, it's a process.
I think, sir, thanks for highlighting that crime thing. You know, I actually wanted to let public know as well, being in a national government as a supporter as well, and I think crime rate is really low, which is right. Really thanks to you guys for working hard for that. And second thing is, like, I would really wanted to know, and because sometimes some people is not aware of what's been happening, and they wanted to know what sort of policies you think in future you guys working for reducing crime more, which is already very reduced.
Yes,
right now.
yes. So currently, Lovejeet, from the previous years, we've had an 85% reduction in
Yes.
ram raids.
Yes.
Once upon a time, we were seeing that happen so often. Even in New Lynn, in Lynn Mall,
Yes.
we've had a few ram raids. You
Yes,
know,
exactly.
and then in businesses in Titirangi and you know around New Lynn, we would have had ram raids. That's been reduced by 85%.
Yes.
Youth crime, which you seem to see every day, you know,
Yes.
scuffles in the transport hub and you know, fights and you know, we're hearing the sirens. But yes, essentially what we have done is reduced youth crime
Yes.
by 16%. So
Yes.
youth is under 18.
Yes, that's very correct.
Yeah. So you see less of it, but the laws that support that
Yes.
had to be passed.
Had to be passed.
So stronger accountability and a more clear process for sentencing and
Yes.
penalties, so that people are aware that if they commit a crime, they will be held accountable and there will be punishment.
Yes, exactly. Because right now you see people are taking, before, like in past years when before the different governments and things like that, because people are being accountable, but they actually being so light with like their age, their things, like that's why a lot of youth crime been happen, because end of the day they've been happening like getting discounts and things like this. And I think national government is being really tough with that, which is really good for people. A lot of businesses, I know, they always thanks for that, because it's actually a time saver and also money
Yes,
saver.
of course. It's hard enough to run a business. It's harder still when you have to deal with thefts and robberies and
Yes.
you know, all of these things. I have constituents who have shops in New Lynn,
Yes, sir.
who have been burgled over 10 times,
10 times.
by the time National got into government, into the coalition government. And that's been greatly reduced.
been
In
great.
fact, now we encounter a lot of shop owners who are saying that they feel
Definitely, yeah.
safer
I feel safer. Sir, like really, I was because this morning when I was coming to you, I wanted to ask you, when you become first-time member of parliament, what was your first reaction when you entered the parliament? Like, was your first? Because I've been to Wellington, I saw the way the prime minister said and everything.
Yes,
It's like, what was your first reaction?
I think that it is a special privilege to actually have been able to be elected into parliament as a member. I am the first ever Filipino member of parliament, which is I'm Filipino New Zealander, but Filipino descent member of parliament first.
Yes, sir.
And that will be forever. I'll be forever the first. And I think that is such an honor and a privilege. And standing there for the first time was just, it was like unbelievable. But a lot of work came into getting there.
Getting there, yeah.
Yes, and the first thing is the openness of national for someone like myself, who is an immigrant from the Philippines, get into the process of becoming a candidate and running in the elections. It's only really mainly because of that openness that I am able to be there. And then all other factors, lots of people helped, good friends helped in the campaign and all this. And although I did not win in 2017 when I first ran, I was able to enter as a member of parliament based on my list rank within the National Party. So again, the list ranking was an important part of being able to get in.
And one more thing I wanted to know, sir, like I really see you all the time because I follow your Instagram from a long time. You know, I always see you available for people during their events and community, whatever they do. Even you're supporting a lot of youth. And what's your motto behind that? Like, you are available every single event, and anywhere people call you, you get there. So.
Well, mainly two things. I am a father of 4 daughters.
Yes.
So I value the voice of youth and the opportunity that youth have to work hard and get ahead and make a name for themselves and become good at the jobs that they have studied for, and the jobs that they are working at. And it's not easy. So I want to give I have a lot of time. I want to give all my possible support for young people to be inspired and to want to be better and stronger in each and everything that they do. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is that I am aspirational for a better New Zealand, and a place where families really will want to stay. And so being a migrant myself, I understand how difficult it is for a family to migrate into New Zealand. So I want them to be able to see that anything is possible. The fact that I've become a member of parliament, I'm really just mainly a father and a husband. I try to be a very good father and a very good husband. And then, of course, my job as a lawyer, I do my best to be as good a lawyer as I can be for everyone. And then now as a member of parliament, it's just an amazing story. Something that everyone who comes to New Zealand can aspire to do.
That's very inspirational, sir. Especially like you giving a very big message to the youth, and you've been doing some youth programs as well, because I saw you have a youth leader. What's that sort of thing?
So I'm involved in I'm involved in many youth activities. I speak. I'm asked to speak in colleges and in youth groups. My main objective is just to say to them, build your foundations well. The relationships that they make form part of everything that they will do in the future. So if you meet someone now and you work with someone, or you meet socially someone, always think that each person is going to form part of your own foundation, and that you can call upon anyone. You cannot discount anyone. I say to you, don't judge other people, because it's very common that you see someone and then by just looking, you think, oh, I won't spend time with that person just by the look. And I think that I want to encourage the youth of New Zealand to listen and to be genuinely interested in other people, and to remember that everyone you meet forms part of the foundation that you will have as you go and progress your life.
And so, have really concerns about the things when I was reading about that other thing. I was reading about free trade deal with India. I want you to let people know in one short sentence, what's that about? Like when people have no ideas and they just making comments and things like this. How do you feel when you get sort of comments from people you serving and then you think people doesn't like it?
Yes.
How do you take that?
Yes. Well, the free trade deal with India is historic, both for New Zealand and India. It has not been an easy thing to achieve. A lot of people, when national campaign, well, not campaign, but when national would speak about a free trade deal with India, people would say, oh, it's impossible, it cannot happen. But I think over time, the relationship between New Zealand and India, especially now with the national government coalition, the genuine interest of empowering and growing the New Zealand-India trade has been really genuine and really pushed. Our Trade Minister, Todd McClay, has been in India so many times, working on this.
Yes.
And India has been also genuinely interested as well, and deliberately did steps to get this to this point.
Yes.
What that will mean is that New Zealand products and India products will have a tariff-free. So what that means is the exporters of New Zealand going into India and vice versa will have a greater opportunity to sell more and earn more.
Earn more.
Yeah.
And why other parties, I don't want to mention certain parties, but why other parties are only highlighting immigration? So why they only highlighting and telling people stories that this trade deal is only going to help with immigration, nothing else, when this trade deal have a really deep sense when people can sell and then they can make money and then they sell sort of thing. So what do you think about those parties actually commenting only on immigration? You think is any sort of immigration involved in there?
I think that some political parties want to use the idea that a lot of Indian people will be migrating to New Zealand.
Yes.
Beyond the normal.
Yes.
In a big way.
Yeah.
Make use of that to scare people.
Yes.
Which is really not a big number. It's a little over 1,000,
Yes.
which, if you think about it, New Zealand has averaged in the past decade probably 7,000 to 10,000 migrants. Over the past 6 years, it's just increased a lot.
Just increased.
A lot, and you feel this. And then now we're just trying to, the coalition government and the immigration minister is trying to focus on making sure that the people who are already in New Zealand will be able to survive and thrive.
Yes.
And so that they can then be given residence,
Yes.
so that they can survive and thrive. But it's always going to be very selective.
Yes.
I think every independent nation in the world takes care of its immigration process, making sure that the people who come through are people who are able to survive and thrive and also contribute to New Zealand.
Yeah.
So there is no magic
Yes.
increase in numbers from India.
Yes.
And the criteria remains that you have to be able to contribute to New Zealand.
I also want to let people know that it's not only about immigration, it's about businesses, and it's about selling and getting economy-wise is pretty good for the country. It's not only immigration. So
the object of the national-led government is to increase the opportunities for business,
Yes.
enable people to make more money in business,
Yes.
hire other people, spend in New Zealand for their businesses, so that the growth will be fostered. When businesses grow and thrive, they will hire more people, and more people will be able to work, and the opportunities for their salaries to be good salaries, to enable them to, maintain their families
Maintain
well,
families,
take
yeah.
care of their children, also grows. So it's a big picture economic growth target.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we are nearly to the end, sir. So
Sure.
I just wanted to really ask you just simple, straight question, one word, sir. Who's the leader you admire, like in your life?
Oh, so many. Very different people for very different things, very different leaders for different times of the world.
Yeah.
I admire, of course, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon.
Yes.
Now his business knowledge and experience enables him to really focus on economic growth,
Yes.
which is what New Zealand needs, especially now coming out of the COVID years, and even now when you see that businesses are continue to fail.
Continue to follow.
You will see a lot of stores windows that are up for lease, store
Yes.
spaces, and what we want to see is for those shops to be filled, for the economy to be more vibrant, with people spending more of the money that they earn. That means they would be earning more.
More.
So that's the concept. For this particular time, Christopher Luxon is the leader that I
Is the
admire. I also admire Bill English and of course John Key. At
Yes.
their time,
Their time,
they pushed for the same economic growth.
Yes.
But with Sir Bill English, the counterpart of that is making sure that families,
Yes.
there's a social
So,
aspect to economic growth,
Yes.
and that families need to be helped.
Because I remember when I came to New Zealand in 2013, John Key
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Prime Minister,
Yeah.
and he's been doing a lot of good things
Yeah.
for businesses. And so last thing I want to ask you, I think you are aware of that as well. What do you think about that society of that sort of only that couple of people who actually doing protest against immigration and also doing protests in front of those Sikh parades?
Oh, yeah.
And I think, what do you think of what's been
I
happening?
think it's a shame to use those feelings of fear, to exploit feelings of fear or concern from the public against migrant communities.
Yes.
I think that migrants who come to New Zealand, particularly because of the immigration policy,
Yes.
are here to work hard
Yes, sir.
and to improve their lives and the lives of their families.
Yes.
So there is only a desire to improve their lives.
Yes.
That means they work hard.
I mean, work
We
hard.
all work hard.
Yes.
And in many industries throughout New Zealand, immigrants are performing exceptional work
Yes.
and making New Zealand go progress one step at a time, in many industries. So I think it's important for people to understand that,
Yes.
and for migrants to take pride in the work and the effort and the lives that they live,
Yes, sir.
because you cannot feel like you are, downtrodden
Yes.
or oppressed. You shouldn't, because everyone who works hard, love
People
Jit
have to
and
understand
Natkar, you do hard work and you do good work, and that contributes to everyone
Yes, and that's
in New
exactly.
Zealand. I only wish that everyone understood that better, not to be afraid of.
That's the reason, sir, I've been following you, because your point of view and you're so intelligent the way you represent the country. And thanks again, sir, for representing the New Lane and representing the West Auckland. Because I'm really glad that we got a leader like you who's actually looking after the youth and want to make sure everything is going nice and smooth. No matter if they vote you or not, you still support them and you still show up on their events or wherever. I really appreciate that, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
Lavjit,
so
for
much for
having
your
me.
time, sir.
Thank you.
so much,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.